Hey guys, this is Dean Casey, Casey Services Heating and Air. I'm excited to be here with Tungsten Mine Baptist Church. It's in Tungsten Mine. It's up here on the Virginia line. It used to be a coal mining town, not a coal mining town, what was it? Tungsten town, that's why they call it Tungsten Mine, right guys? Right. But we're gonna talk about the old equipment that we took out of the church. It was 15, 25 years old, wasn't very efficient. We upgraded the insulation and we put some 20 SEER variables in. And these things are running like perfect. They're dehumidifying, they're quiet, you don't know they're on. Last thing Preacher Sam wants is a whole lot of noise when he's talking, right, Preacher?
That's right.
So I'm gonna talk to some of my guys here. I'm gonna come with Billy. You've experienced the hot summers with the old type system. And
yes.
What were some of the things that you run into?
Hot. I mean, it was hot in the summertime. Like you come in the door, he'd be sweating by the time you got to the archway there.
Did you cut the units on early?
Sam would have them cut on early, Friday night or Saturday morning, and let them run all day and all night. And then when church services started, 175 people in here for 11 o'clock service. The body heat from them makes them even work that harder, and it's not doing any good.
The next Sunday was a different story. Tell us about that.
Now, my wife is cold-natured. She always has been. She come in here and she turned around and looked at me. She said, go to the car and get my little jacket that's in the back seat that I wear all the time, because it is cold in here. And it was cold in here. Of course, when everybody got in here for the worship service, it had gone up to about 71, 72, but it was still comfortable at that level. And hey, it's a great unit.
All right, we're gonna talk to Wallace next. Let's see what he's got to say.
Since I've been here, heating and cooling has always been a challenge. Since Dean's system was put in, the biggest difference I have seen is consistency throughout the building.
So you can go from room to room and not be hot or cold.
Right.
Okay. I want to talk to you a minute about Richard and his brother Leroy. Well, Richard was electrician for, what, 40 years?
At least.
And his brother was a helper over there. You see how he wore him out. He's having to sit in the chair. So he done the work. He can tell you about what's going on.
We went from a 25 kW heat coil in the sanctuary, the 5-ton unit for the sanctuary, to a 10,000. The 25 being, it took a 2-and-0 cable to feed 125 amp service to feed it, and we're feeding all three of these new units for about 100 amps. So you can see what a tremendous difference it'll make in the wintertime especially. Summer's been a real good deal, but the winter will be the big test.
Winter's gonna be the big test, guys. When October gets here, and it's not as 95-degree days like we've had, and we have 82-degree days, we're still gonna have to have air conditioning in this church. The demand's still gonna be there, but to keep that unit from busting on and cutting off, that's what makes power bills so high, is that spike. We're gonna let Leroy talk about the comfort level. Since he's the oldest deacon, probably the best looking deacon he is.
Oh yeah, by far.
We're gonna cut to Leroy and give his testimony, just talking about the comfort and the quietness and the things that he's seen about the church.
I think a comfort level is much more important than the cost of the unit. The part that I've seen, especially with the older women in here, fanning themselves before the service was over. And it did get hot, I'll agree with them. It was right warm. The comfort level is the most important thing.
Preacher Sam?
Yeah, it's all the difference in the world in what it was, especially in the summertime with the heat. The classes come back out of Sunday school. I'd say any given Sunday, what was 65 degrees is up to about probably 74, 75 degrees by the time worship service would begin. 15 minutes after folks would get into the worship service, everybody was beginning to get uncomfortable with the old system and finding everything from hymn books to the bulletin. And as a general thing, I was already sweating before I ever got in the pulpit to preach. Summertime, I never got in the pulpit that my shirt was not wet through, my t-shirt into my shirt, and a lot of times if I didn't pull my coat off, the lining of my coat would be wet before I'd ever start preaching. Anything that distracts our hearing distracts us retaining what someone's put out there for us to hear. So I think it's a great blessing that you can take care of problems like this. It is so much more comfortable than what I would have ever dreamed it could be, to be honest with you, Dean.
And I'll be honest with you, I have a lot of fun aggravating the older ladies. You know, they're in here wrapped up in quilts and wrapped up complaining how cold it is. But I've never had one at the end of service say, I wasn't comfortable.